with Jelly Roll, but then getting to Snoop when you realized that Snoop was, even before you got signed, but just the fact that he was interested as an artist, as a person, as a writer, as someone from California, like what did that mean to you?
That meant a lot because before that even took place, that was actually my goal and dream. You know, I wanted to be down, you know, with the dopest clique, period. And at that time, Dog Pound was the dopest clique, period. I mean, lyrically, music-wise, production. I mean, it was just...
The General, what's up?
What's up, Soren? That was my cue right there. That was my cue right there.
What's up with you, General?
Oh, it's all good, man. Let my wife do her thing and shine like she always do. That's all. How you been?
Man, everything is good, man. It's good to see you.
Peace and blessings, bro.
Always.
All right.
Yeah, so it was a dream come true for me. So when that happened, I was like, I've been waiting for this. I actually prepared myself for this. This was I was ready to go. It was unbelievable to a certain extent because a lot of people don't end up where they, you know, that's like, you know, back when Kobe and them were, you know, here and stuff like that, and you wanted to be in the NBA, you wanted to be at the Lakers, and you actually got drafted to the Lakers to play with Kobe. I mean, that's like a dream come true, and that's how I felt.
Okay.
I drafted to play for the Lakers.
And then this part I don't remember all the way, but was Snoop the one that put you with Chan, or how did that work?
Chan already knew Snoop. And you know, me and Chan, we're from the same neighborhood. So I knew Chan before being a Doggys Angel, you know. So we used to listen to each other's music and stuff like that. And she already did music. She's been doing music, you know, even before I even got here. You know, she did songs with Yo-Yo and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different people. So she's been on. So I used to listen to her stuff when she was doing her solo projects and doing her solo music. And, you know, we were like, oh, okay, that's tight. And I let her listen to my stuff. And so how we ended up in a group, it was crazy. But we were good with it because we already knew each other already. You know what I mean? We already had like, we already were familiar with each other's music and style. So it worked out perfect as opposed to just trying to force a group together, especially girls. That's not wise. You got to be real careful with that situation because that could blow up in your face, you know.
Right. And then the other thing about it was when I was first getting into Doggys Angels, when I was first hearing a lot more of your stuff, the hard but smooth kind of style that you had, where do you think that comes from?
Well, honestly, I kind of like, it's a two-sided situation. I'm a Gemini. They say we got two personalities. So those are my two personalities. And not only that, it matches my name. Coniyac is hard. Coniyac is hard, but smooth when you drink. So it all went together. And I thought this through thoroughly. So I said, okay, yeah, when I go Coniyac, I'm gonna be hard and smooth, and I'm a Gemini, two personalities. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm gotta give them the twins. So they basically the twins. So you know, that's how I came up with that part.
Gotcha. And I do remember too. I think you had told me on the side, but now that it's much later, I can ask you this thing. But I remember too, which I'd never heard, which is why it struck to me. But they, like, once you were getting in a game, like TBT didn't want you to say you had a daughter or something. I remember.
Yeah, it wasn't TBT. It was our publicist at the time, and I don't. You know, and they didn't want us to say because Cola and I had, you know, we both had children. She had a son, I had a daughter, and they were like, you know, you guys can't say you have kids. We were looking like, we can't do that. They're gonna see this later on, and you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so we were like, we're not doing that, you know. So they said, okay, well, you know, you don't have to give them any information on who the father is. All this stuff. So I said, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? can do that, you know. It's nobody's business. So, you know, so that's what it was. But yeah, at that time, that was kind of like frowned upon. You know, girls couldn't, you know, getting pregnant was like the end of your career. You know what I mean? Back then, you know, and even when I did get pregnant with my kid, I like didn't let anybody know. I hid it the whole time because I didn't want it to get out. You know, so by the time people found out, I was back, you know, a size 5. Nobody, it was like, oh, you ready to go? I'm ready to go, you know. So, you know, yeah, that was like frowned upon. I love it today to where it's more embraced because that happens. That's a part of life, you know, and I don't think a woman should be, well, no, you can't do this until you just don't want to do music anymore. Like, that's not cool. You know what I mean? So.
And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because the thing is, I remember thinking like, well, that doesn't affect her rapping. Like, what is this? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And now that things have changed in that regard, at least for the better, I think it's important to like say, like, you know, that doesn't stop anything. You know, you just got extra responsibility, but clearly you were able to do it, and you did.
Oh yeah. Thank God for my family. You know, they had my back. They really, you know, they really supported me at that time and stuff because I was young. I just graduated from high school. I only been on high school probably for a couple years. So, you know, I was like, you know, I was a kid still, you know what I mean, to a certain extent. So, you know, I just thank God that I had the opportunity to still be able to do it when it came, and you know, I was able to pursue that and make it happen because they don't, you know, and that's sad because it doesn't work like that the other way around. You know, a man can have a kid, he got family, got all this stuff, and his career can be good, but all of a sudden, you know, we have this big old issue where you can't have a kid, and I don't know about a husband, I don't even know about a boyfriend in this industry. I'm like, wow, seriously? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's wild.
It is. You have no idea the things a lot of girls just went through back then. You know, like it's a lot. It's a lot. I can't display too much, but it's a lot.
Well, that's why I think it's important to mention, just to show whoever's watching this, especially if they're younger, that they can, you know, regardless, if you do have a kid, it doesn't stop you. Like, it's not a hindrance. It's a blessing.
It doesn't.
You know?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, look at Cardi B. You know, we watch her evolve as a woman by having her daughter, getting married, just all of this. And when she first started, you could tell she was young and, you know, looked up to a lot of people. I remember watching a video when she was talking about how she looked up to an artist and how they kind of like, you know, treated her a certain way. So she kind of felt the way because she, you know, she didn't think it was like that, you know. And I said, man, I've been there. You know, I was that person too. Like, oh, I can't wait to meet this artist and this artist, you know, like I'm a fan, or, you know, I really like, you know, I really like the message that you send. And then when you meet them, it's a total different situation. And you just like, you know, like not, you know, not putting my guard down for anybody, but I mean, women are doing it and that doesn't stop us.
Right.
You know, that doesn't stop.
So getting into Please Believe It, the Doggys Angels album, what I wanted to get from you initially was on the recording side of things, since I knew you already had the pedigree of Jelly Roll and a lot of other big people before you even started making or working on the album. So how did your approach or what you look for in beats, or how did things change from before having the deal to now we're signed and we're working on Please Believe?
It didn't change. I'm glad I got to work with like Battle Cat and Jelly Roll because I got to get the production that I wanted. You know, one thing about being a female artist, producers try to give you female beats, if that makes any sense. I don't even know why that's a title. Like, why is that? You know, just give me something dope. You know, it shouldn't, you know, but that's just what it was. It was like either too radio-ish or too, you know, and I'm like, I don't even like those type of beats. I don't like rapping on those type of beats. Don't give me anything. And I would have to say, give me something you would give a male artist. You know, give me something you would give 50. Give me something you would give Ice Cube. Give me something you would give Snoop. Don't give me nothing that you would give, you know, somebody that just make happy music, because I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, the change was the people that we got to actually work with. You know, we got to work with some real great producers. So it was like Fred Wreck. You know, and Fred Wreck is real dope. You know, he doesn't do the girly stuff, so we got to get like, you know, real raw and uncut beats. And Snoop knows, Snoop used to tell us, if you don't like it, don't get on it. Y'all, you don't have to get on the beat. We were like, good, because forced music is whack.
I agree. Now, that being said, I was interested too with Baby If You're Ready, because I know that was a single or they promoted that, and I like this song a lot, but it's also smoother, I guess, than a lot of the rest of the album. And a shout out to LaToya Williams on there, does a great job, of course. But what made that song one of the songs they wanted to push from you guys, since it's not in the same vein as a lot of the albums sonically, especially?
And that's interesting you mentioned that, because we didn't have any radio songs.
I know.
I think the closest thing to radio probably was Frontline. Okay. And a lot of the DJs were like, they were like in the front line, like, because it was like upbeat and tempo. It was a little closer to like the East Siders type of sound and stuff like that. So Baby If You Ready was like, we have to do this. You know, Snoop was like, you guys need a radio record. You guys have to do this. He really kind of like made us do that song. You know, Battle Cat did the beat. He did a great job. And we got, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Butch Cassidy was originally supposed to be on there. And it didn't work out. And we ended up getting LaToya. So that's how that turned out. And that probably was actually our biggest song. You know what I mean? That song got us Lady of Soul nomination, you know, got us on the charts, #1 for weeks. You know what I'm saying? We were competing with Eminem's group at the time.
B12? B12?
Yeah, competing with them on the chart because they were also independent. You know what I mean? And we were also independent. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we were competing with them in the #1 spot. So, yeah, that I wasn't mad at that record, but man, we had to perform that every time we got on stage. I was like, we're gonna move to another song. You know, I'm young and antsy. I want them to hear the whole album. And you only got to perform like 2 to 3 songs on the show, you know, when we were going out at the time. So, you know, it was like, wow. But I'm not mad. It did what Snoop was right. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Be sure to check out The History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.